That was optimistic, but not optimistic enough for me. So let me throw a question in here for both of you. Completely support free press. I agree that innovation has done a lot for healthcare and a lot of other things, and democracy. But technology is still marching on. And you know, I was reminded when Yuval was talking of, I mentioned it to Yuval before, of two books that were written in the first half of the 20th century that kind of predicted humanity's future. One was George Orwell's 1984, where the population was controlled by this fearsome dictatorship, and surveillance was everywhere. The thought police was going after you. They knew what you were thinking, and they were going to prosecute you. And that's kind of like the digital dictatorship that Yuval talked about. The other book, which in some ways is more scary, is Huxley's Brave New World, where by contrast, the population is bred or programmed to want what the world state is willing to provide them. So they buy what the algorithm tells them that they should want. They do what the algorithm tells them they should be happy doing. In a way, it's this naive utopia that you talked about. Neither author, by the way, mentioned algorithms because the word as it exists now in the current use didn't exist. But unlike the book's protagonist, we do know that we're being manipulated. You mentioned that when you said why we need free press. Yuval mentioned that when he talked about where we are with algorithms. And the question is really whether we're going to let this continue. So should we, for example, demand that all algorithms that make or influence decisions are a matter of public record, or at least subject to some regulator who actually can unmask at least or understand how they're working and explain it to somebody?
Who is controlling the regulator?
Well, you tell me.
Yeah,
You're a politician. Well, but you tell me. We have to go there.
Maybe, just briefly, I believe that in the end you want the people in your country to be the regulators, collectively. Take 1984.
Well, we have a global regulator that then lets countries decide how to do that.
In terms of regulating